Good morning from beautiful Sri Lanka. So how was the first night at Fawlty Towers, you're probably thinking? Well, somehow I didn't get bit. I coated myself in jungle formula, got the mozzie net out, woke up, not one bite, so happy with that. Breakfast this morning was out the front. Not too bad actually. The view wasn't the same as the last hostel though, directly in front of the A2, so you can't have it all, hey? So this morning I'm just going to chill out on the beach, not do too much, have some lunch and then head out somewhere later. Catch you in a bit. There's something down here I want to show you. Come along. Well, it's 2020, so Happy New Year! Yesterday I didn't get up to too much, it was really hot, so I just chilled out, dipping in the sea, nothing to film really, so had a day to myself, that was lovely. I saw the New Year in, just chilling out in the quiet bar, that was enough for me. Being New Year's Day, it's really quiet on the road, so I thought let's get out and go and see somewhere, so could be a bit of a sombre one today where we're going, so come along, you'll see what I mean. That was the Tsunami Museum, based about 5 miles north of Hikkaduwa. So the big statue you saw was built to the height of the wave, the killer wave. Next to that was a small museum where a young Buddhist monk gave me a tour. Some of the pictures in there were really graphic. The ones I did take pictures of, you could see the high street in Hikkaduwa, how that was affected. Young children that had lost their parents. In all, it's estimated that there was roughly 35,000 people killed by the tsunami. If you're familiar with East Anglia, that's approximately the same size as Bury St Edmunds being totally wiped out. The first wave that hit around here was only a couple of metres high, and the sea got sucked back out for about half a mile, 1 kilometre I think they said. And apparently people then went out into the sea. There's no idea that there was a second wave, which was the killer one. 18 metres high around this part of the coastline, although apparently in other parts it was as high as 30 metres. Interestingly, the animals knew what was going on apparently. They all went berserk, dogs were going crazy, running inland. Forgot to mention quite a key point. The reason why that monument was erected there was it sort of marked roughly where the world's biggest ever train disaster occurred. During the tsunami, when the second wave hit, a train had ground to a halt at that point, and it's believed that there were 1,700 passengers on board who all perished. Absolutely unbelievable to imagine. All very sad, but I'm glad I went and had a look, educated myself a little bit. After the tour of the museum, the young Buddhist monk said to me, "Oh, come and visit my temple." So in he jumped and we went down the road and I had a look around there. coming back into Hikkaduwa, and I've got an update on the guest house I'm staying at. A couple of days ago I met a lovely Australian family that are staying there, and Steve tells me that he's been coming here on and off for about 30 years, and the guest house that I'm in is something of an institution, because Noel, who runs it with his wife, whose name escapes me, he's been running it since about 1975. He was one of the first to open up a guest house down here, and years ago Hikkaduwa was nothing like it is now. It was a real hippie backpacking type of place, and it was the place to stay at. So it had glory days. They're both in their 60s now, so they're slowing down, they're getting tired of it, and I think there's talk that their son might take it over, and then they can retire peacefully. Right, let's get back, get on that beach, cheer up a little bit, have a beer, and relax. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Talking of institutions, I'm about to go to another one. Sam's Bar in Hikkaduwa. It's been open for years and years apparently. It's the only sports bar in town, so that's where I'm off to tonight. So, until next time, night night from me.